Hey, it's John. I'm here with my 1949 Farmall Cub. It's no trailer queen. She's used daily here on the farm for all kinds of small things, and throughout the summertime I mow with it. And it's really good for pulling trailer around, firewood, whatever I need to do. And it still has a 6-volt system with a magneto ignition. And the thing is, that 6-volt battery has been, well, it's been long expired if you ask me, and it just doesn't crank her over. So how do I start it? You're looking at it. And right now, it's about like 32 degrees outside, and I'm going to show you a cold start on this Farmall by hand on this video here. So let's get started. So first of all, it is important to come down here, and we're going to set the lock bar, putting both brakes together. And then to press the pedals, we're going to set the parking brake so it doesn't roll away. One important thing not to overlook when you're preparing to start your tractor is the fuel petcock. You can see this little valve in here that my flashlight's shining on. It's kind of hard to reach, but you can do it. You want to get in there and turn that thing all the way counterclockwise. That way you've got fuel supplied to your carburetor. Because if there's no fuel supplied, you're going to be cranking on this thing for a minute. I'm going to preset my throttle to about 3/4 of the way open, and I'm going to leave the ignition switch off while I prime it. I feel like that helps keep it from kicking back. When I'm priming it, I get a little careless and just go for speed, you know? Anyway, and then I'm gonna come over here, I'm gonna turn my choke on. Okay, and we're ready to start priming. So now that I've got my choke on and my throttle up a bit, I'm gonna grab, I gotta make sure I'm in neutral. I'm not, so go over here. I'm in neutral. And if you watch the carburetor here, I just run it and you'll see a little bit of fuel run out. And that's when I feel like it's primed anyway. There we go. And now I'm going to turn my choke off. And I'm going to turn my ignition switch on. Now we're ready to go. So I position myself over here onto the side, and I get it to where it's set to where I am pulling it. So that way, if it backfires, this is a small engine, it's pretty low compression, but if it happens to kick back, it's gonna pull this crank out of my hand. If I'm over here and it kicks back, it's gonna kick back into my wrist and it's gonna hurt. So now I got it primed and everything. Just get it set and give her a good whack. Almost. It was so close. Come on. Now you want to. All right, I'm going to prime it again. I'm gonna leave the choke on and leave the ignition switch on and give it a couple rips like that. Shut the choke back off again. There we go, it's running. It'd be a lot easier just to do the 12-volt conversion or replace the battery, but all in all, it's a good way to stay in shape, right? Yeah, she's running. Notice the angle of my muffler here. This is a pretty neat feature. It lets you know when you need to trim the branches around the perimeter of the property. The further back the muffler leans toward you, the more you know you need to cut the branch off that you're hitting. Yeah, I'll let her warm up for a few minutes, and we'll go get to work. Burn like a kitten. While she's warming up here, I want to show you a little thing that I did with the hand crank starter. I did this after I lost my first one. I was out mowing in probably like a 3-acre field on a hillside, and when I was done, I rolled up into the barn and noticed that my crank starter was gone. I even offered the kids $10 to find it. I guess 10 bucks isn't worth much to them, so they never found it. I looked for it, never found it. I had to buy another one. And I guess I could take it off, keep it in the storage container I made here, or maybe bracket it somewhere to the tractor, but it just seemed easier for me. On the back side of it there, you can see where I've got a hose clamp on it. And that just keeps it from sliding back out this hole up front, gets it to stop. One thing you want to be careful about though, is if you get into some tall brush or something, it'll push this back into there and it makes a ruckus, and it will ultimately wear some stuff out that it's hitting, so you want to be careful with it. Is it the best idea in the world? I don't know, but I'll tell you that I haven't lost that starter since I did it. Anyway, I feel like she's warming up now, so take her on a drive. There's just something about these old tractors I really love. When I was a kid, my dad had a Ford 8N. It was a concoction of several different years, but it sounded a lot like this, that old flathead 4-cylinder and all. Ooh, chicks, get out the way, get out the way, chicks, get out the way. Something about being on one of these old tractors that I really love. Probably one of my favorite things about the Farmall Cub is how quiet it is. Not only is it pretty, but it's quiet. I'm just driving around here for the sake of this video, and because I love this little tractor, it's fun to drive. Anyway, I guess that's all I'm going to do for this video. That's how it works for me. Maybe it'll help you start yours, or maybe it's just fun to learn about. Something new to see, huh? Take care. Where are you hiding the egg spot? The egg spot. There they are.